Hi everyone. So let's start with our data science bootcamp. So basically in this course, we will going to learn about data science, why to learn data science. Okay. Like someone who don't know about data science, like he wants to or she wants to make a career in data science. So this bootcamp is for them. So in this bootcamp, we will be covering introduction to data science, basics of Python and R softwares, and basics of statistics and probability, then introduction to machine learning and their algorithms and deep learning. So I'm Nawaz Sheikh. I'm the trainer of this bootcamp. I completed my master's in statistics. After that, I completed a couple of courses in data science, natural language processing, in some course related to cloud computing like AWS, Azure. And since then, I'm working in the field of data science. I worked on multiple projects of data science. Okay. So this is all about me. So let's talk about our company, InfosecTrain. So InfosecTrain was established in 2016. We are one of the finest security and technology training and consulting company. We have a wide range of professional training programs, certification and consulting services in the IT and cybersecurity domains. We have high quality technical services, certifications or customized training programs curated with professional of over 15 years of combined experience in the domain. Then, since we are in the service, like since 4 years, we are in the services, and we are offering 150 plus courses with 70 plus pools of trainers. We have trained 15K professional. Okay. Then we have 10 plus valued partners and 100 plus corporate deliveries. So now let's talk about data science. So if we say that data science, so like how we do data science in different field, like if we see that how Amazon, eBay and Flipkart suggest items for you to buy, then how Gmail filters your emails in the spam and non-spam categories like primary, social and promotions, how Netflix predicts the show of your liking. With the help of this is all possible with the help of data science. So data science is a deep study of massive amount of data that is extracting meaningful insight from raw, structured and unstructured data that is processed using the scientific method, different technology and algorithms. Like scientific methods are some statistical modeling, some statistical or mathematical methods. Different technologies means Python and R programming, and algorithms, different algorithms here, machine learning algorithms and deep learning algorithms. Okay. So data science is all about using to solve problems, now there are different kinds of problem we are facing in data science field. So in the data science, the problem could be a decision making problem, like identifying which email is spam or which is not. Then the problem could be a product recommendation problem, means which movie to watch. And the problem could be a predicting the outcome, like who will be the next president of the USA. Okay. So in the data science, we are asking the correct questions and analyzing the raw data. Then we are modeling the data using various complex and efficient algorithms of machine learning and deep learning. Why machine learning and deep learning? Because with the help of machine learning and deep learning, we are able to build a models, different kinds of model to tackle the problem. Then we visualizing the data to get a better perspective for presenting a report to a business team. Okay. Then understanding the data to make better decisions and finding the final result. Like some years ago, data was less and mostly available in structured form, which could be easily stored in Excel sheets and processed by using some business intelligence tool. But in the today's world, data is becoming so vast. Okay. In upcoming slide, we can see that like approximately 2.5 quintillion bits of data is generating every day. Okay. Which means like value of quintillion means 10 raised to 18. Okay, means there are 18 zeros in that quintillion. Okay, so is like another thing is that it is estimated as per the researchers that by 2020 1.7 MB of data will be created at every single second by a single person on earth. Okay, so that's why every company requires data to work, grow and improve their business. So handling of such huge amount of data is a challenging task for every organization, every company. So to handle, process and analyze of this, we require some complex, powerful and efficient algorithms and technologies. And that technology came into existence as a data science. So with the help of data science technology, we can convert the massive amount of raw and unstructured data into meaningful insights. Data science technology is opting by various companies, whether it is a big brand or a startup. Data science is working for automating transportation, such as creating a self-driving car, which is the future of transportation. Data science can help in different predictions, such as various survey, elections, flight ticket, confirmation, etc. So if we see that, like there is a stunning growth in data, okay, that's why data science is the highly demanding skill in this world. So some A researcher says that data is the fuel that drives industries. So, as we discussed, approximately 2.5 quintillion bits of data is generating on every day. It's a quite huge quantity, guys. So for analyzing or for handling this kind of data, we need some tool, okay, or some technique to handle this data and extracting insights from this data. So that's why we are using data science. So in 2020, each people just creating 1.7 MB of data every second. Okay. So in 2021, 68% of Instagram users view photos from brands. Okay. Then by 2022, 70% of the globe's GDP will have undergone digitization. That's why there is a rapid growth in data science as well. Then by 2025, 200 plus zettabytes of data will be in cloud storage around the globe. Like we have different cloud storage like GCP, AWS, Azure, and we have many more. So in 2020, users send around 5 lakh, means half million tweets per day. So by the end of 2020, 44 zettabytes will make up the entire digital universe. Every day, 306.4 billion emails are sent and 500 million tweets are made. So if we have this huge amount of data in our world, so for analyzing this data, we need like highly complicated tool to analyze this data. So that's why we require data science. So according to Glassdoor, data science is the topmost profession. According to Harvard Business Review, data scientist is the sexiest job of 21st century. And data scientists are the highly paid professionals in the world. Let's see the different jobs in the field of data science. So first and most, we can say that the hottest job of the 21st century is data scientist. Then we have data engineer, then data architecture, big data engineer, business analytics specialist, data visualization developer, BI engineer, means business intelligence engineer. Then we have statistician, data analyst, business analyst, machine learning engineer, deep learning engineer, BI solution architect, analytics manager. So these are the different jobs in the field of data science. So if we see that a data scientist is a professional who work with an enormous amount of data to come up with compelling business insight through the deployment of various tools, techniques, methodologies, and algorithms. Like that, we have different type of work for different position. So if we see data science components. So in the data science components, first we have statistics, then domain expertise, then data engineering, data visualization, and advanced computing. Statistics is one of the most important component of data science. Statistics is a way to collect and analyze the data in a large amount and finding meaningful insights from it. Like some researchers or some statistician also said that data science is a renamed of statistics. Second is domain expertise. In data science, domain expertise binds data science together because we are working on a very large amount of we can say that different domains. Okay, like domain expertise means specialized knowledge or skills of a particular area. In data science, there are various areas for which we need domain expertise. Okay. Then third one is data engineering. Data engineering is the is one of the main part of data science, which involves acquiring data, then storing the data, retrieving the data, and transforming the data. Okay. In this domain, or we can say that in this category, the position data engineers work in with data engineering work of the data science. Then data engineering also includes metadata to the data. Okay, like means data about data. The fourth one is data visualization. Data visualization is nothing but representing data in a visual context so that the non-technical people or the people who don't know data science, what data science is, they can easily understand the significance of the data from that plot, from that visualization. So the data visualization makes it easy to access the huge amount of data in visuals. And lastly, advanced computing. So advanced computing is like a heavy lifting of data science. Advanced computing involves designing, writing, debugging, and maintaining the source code of computer programs. Okay. Like in this data science bootcamp, we are using Python as well as our software, means our programming language. So now let's move ahead. Now let's see data science life cycle. So if we see that here in the data science life cycle, we first have a discovery, then data preparation, data model planning, model building, operationalize, and communicate results. Means with the help, like in the discovery phase, we are collecting the data. Okay, like when we are starting any data science project, we need to determine what are the basic requirements, priorities, and project budget. So in this phase, we need to determine all the requirements of the project, such as the number of people, technology, time, data, and end goal. And then we can frame the business problem on first hypothesis level. In the second phase, we are preparing the data for model building, which is also called as data pre-processing. Data preparation is also known as data mugging. So here in the data pre-processing phase, we are cleaning the data, then we are reducing the data. Like if we have a huge amount of data, so we need to reduce the data with the help of some algorithms. Okay. Then data integration and data transformation for easy handling. So after performing this all step on the data, we can easily use the final data for further process. Okay. Third one is a model planning. So here in this phase, we need to determine the various methods and techniques to establish the relation between input variables. Like in our data, we have different kind of variables or features. So by using various methods, we need to establish the relation between those features. For that purpose, we will apply exploratory data analysis by using various statistical formulas and visualization tools to understand the relation between different features and to see what data can inform us. For this part, we are using R software, Python, and SQL as well. Then fourth one is model building. Okay. In simple words, in this part, we are applying ML and means machine learning or deep learning models on our final data. Okay. For creating or for building the best model for that data. Okay. So like here, we are just creating a data set for training and testing, or we can say that we just split the data set for training or testing, and then we will apply different technologies such as association, classification, and clustering, or we have many more technologies. Fifth step is operationalize. So here in this step, we are deploying our model and building the report for presentation purpose. Okay. So when we are delivering the final report of the project along with the briefings, code, and technical documents, this phase provides you a clear overview of a complete project performance and other components on a small scale before the full deployment. And lastly, the communication results phase. Means here we just presenting the report to the business team. Okay, and we'll check if we reach the goal or not, which we have set on the initial phase. Okay, at the starting of our data science project. So we will communicate the findings and the final results with the business team. Okay, in the communication, okay, in this phase, in the last phase. So these are the different types of data science life cycle. Okay, here you can see that. So now let's see the applications of data science. First and most common application of data science is image recognition and speech recognition. Like data science is currently using for image and speech recognition. Like when we upload an image on Facebook and start getting the suggestion to tag your friends, so because of the data science. So this automatic tagging suggestions uses the image recognition algorithm, which is the part of data science. When you say something using like okay Google, Siri, Cortana, okay? So if you use these kind of things, then and so after using these devices, those devices just responds as per the voice control. This is possible because of speech recognition. Now we are using data science in the gaming world. Okay. So in the gaming world, the use of machine learning is increasing day by day. Okay. Like EA Sports, Sony, Nintendo are widely using data science for enhancing user experience. Then we are using data science for internet search as well. Like if we search anything on internet, like particular keyword, so after searching that keyword, we'll get some similar kind of post or blogs for that keyword. Okay. How this is possible? With the help of data science. Here, like any internet company uses a recommendation algorithm for that. So that recommendation algorithm is one of the algorithm of data science. Okay. Now we are using data science in transport industry as well. So now how we are using like self-driving cars. These are nothing but the very famous example of data science. Okay, because they are using image recognition part. They are using like a, a technologies for like where to drive. Okay, okay, and with the help of self-driving cars, it will be easy to reduce the number of road accidents. Now, in the healthcare sector, data science is providing lots of benefits. Data science is being used for tumor detection, drug discovery, medical image analysis, virtual medical boards for predicting particular disease like heart disease, diabetes, liver disease, or anything. And in recent years, we can see that for predicting the person having a COVID positive or not, we are using data science a lot. Okay. Then recommendation systems. Now, what is recommendation system? Basically, if we go on a particular e-commerce website, okay, if you want to purchase something from e-commerce website, okay, if we search for that product, so with that product, e-commerce companies suggest different products but similar kind of products. Okay, so this is nothing but the recommendation. Most of the companies such as Amazon, Netflix, Google Play, many more companies are using data science technology for making a better user experience, okay, with the recommendation systems. Such as when you search for something on Amazon and like you are getting suggestion for similar products because of data science technologies. Then risk detection. Then in the risk detection, we can see that like in the banking sector, financing sector, it always happen that like there is some kind of small or big fraud happen in this sector. So to avoid those frauds, we are using data science. Okay. So with the help of anomaly detection or even risk detection, we can able to tackle that problem. Okay. So like most of the finance companies are looking for data scientists to avoid risk and any type of losses with an increase in customer satisfaction. And do one thing. So guys, like before jump into the basics of Python and R, we need to download Python as well as R. Okay. So for this, just go to any Chrome or browser and search for like Anaconda download. Okay. If you search this keyword, then we'll get the different links. Okay. So just click on this third link. Okay. Go here. This is a installation for Windows. Okay. Anaconda installation. So with the help of Anaconda, we can able to run Python. Okay. Like Anaconda provides different wave framework like Spider and Jupyter Notebook. Okay. So just click here and just download Anaconda. Okay. And after downloading here, just click on the like agree button and next. Okay. And then you can install Anaconda on your system. Okay. Like this. Here we have full Anaconda installation guide for Windows as well as Mac OS as well as Linux, and we have different operating systems. Okay. So Then for downloading our software, okay, just go and search for our studio, okay, and with the help of topmost link, you can go here, download the RStudio IDE, okay, and then from here you can able to download RStudio for desktop, okay, for desktop. You can download it from here. Here you can see that we have different RStudio, like RStudio Desktop, RStudio Desktop Pro, but these are some paid versions, but only two versions are free. One is RStudio Desktop and RStudio Server, but mostly we are working with RStudio Desktop, so that's why you can download this from here. Okay. Okay. So today, like we will be covering two parts. Okay, like we covered one part, introduction to data science, and now we will starting with the basics of Python as well as R. Okay, so if we see that like Python, so it's a very popular programming languages, and it was created by Guido van Rossum and released in 1991. Okay, we are using Python for web development, software development, for applying mathematics and statistics, and system scripting. Okay, so here if we see that with the help of Python, we can like Python can be used on a server to create web applications. Okay? Then we can use Python for software to create workflows. Okay? We can connect Python to a database systems to read and modify files. Then for like to handle big data and perform complex mathematics on the big data, we are using Python. Then Python can be used for rapid prototyping or for production ready software development. Then why Python? Because Python works on different platforms like Windows, Mac, Linux, Raspberry Pi. Okay. Python has a simple syntax to similar the English language. Okay. Python has syntax that allows developers to write programs with fewer lines than some other programming language like C and JavaScript. Then Python runs on an interpreter systems, meaning that code can be executed as soon as it is written. Okay, like prototyping of Python is very fast. Python can be treated in procedure way, an object oriented way, or a functional way. Okay, like Python syntax compared to other programming language is like very read, like we can able to read Python syntax as a like English language. Python uses new lines to complete a command as opposed to other programming languages which often use semicolons or parentheses, like in C language or in C++, we are like putting semicolons at the end of the line. Python relies on indentations, means some white spaces for creating the different line, okay, or parentheses. Python, sorry, such as the scope of loops, function, and classes. But other programming languages often use curly brackets for this purpose. So now uh, we can start with our first web framework, which is Jupyter Notebook. But before that, let me show you the how like Anaconda Navigator looks like. Like after as you downloading like your Anaconda, like after completion of download, and you can start with like after installing Anaconda in your system, you can see the Anaconda Navigator. Here we have different frameworks. Like with the help of this different framework, we can able to run our code. But mostly we are using Jupyter Notebook, this Jupyter Notebook and Spider, because with the help of Jupyter Notebook, we can able to present our code, okay, with like in a highly readable way, like this. It's not like this, okay. We can able to add some comments for those code on Jupyter Notebook. So this is the Jupyter Notebook, okay. Then from here you can able to like create new Jupyter Notebook file, okay, like this, okay, and then start working on for different codes. Like I have mine, so I can start with this. So but before that, let's see some shortcuts of Jupyter Notebook. So here you can see that first, like we have this different buttons. First we have a button of like a inserting a cell, okay. So let me do one thing. Let me just create a new, and then hey guys, are you like start downloading the Anaconda and RStudio? Because uh, like overall in this bootcamp, we are working with Python and okay. So like for creating a cell, new cell, we just click to this button, okay. Or if we need to like cut a particular cell, so we just cut this cell from here, okay. We can able to copy the cell from here and paste the cell from here, and like if we have a different cells, okay, so yeah, that's great. So then can able to move the cell, okay, like this, from these two arrow buttons, okay. Then with the help of this run button, we can able to run the cell, okay. or even by using like control plus enter, okay, we can able to run the cell, okay, with the help of control plus enter. Like we have another variable called t, so control plus enter, so we can able to run the cell, okay. And sometimes like when we are running a large number of, or we can say a big code, then at that time if it is not working, so we can stop the code, okay, running the code, like for interrupt this kernel, okay. And like to write something for code, we are using a different cells like code cell, markdown cell, okay. So with this markdown cell we can write something like anything, like, okay, and just run the cell, okay. Then like shortcut way is that if we need to convert a markdown cell from code cell, so we just type y, okay, so it will be converted to code cell. Again, if we want to convert a particular cell from code cell to a markdown cell, so we are just typing M button. So by pressing M button, we just converted code cell to markdown cell. Let us start with basics of Python. Like in every programming language, you will see that this is the first a code, like hello world. Okay. So like guys, you can see that this first cell is nothing but the markdown cell. So if we run this cell, okay, this is nothing but the title of this code, okay, basics of Python. So this is a second cell. This is nothing but a code cell, and with the help of control plus enter, we can able to run this cell, okay. Now guys, let's understand what is indentation, okay. In Python, indentations are very important because like indentation are nothing but like if you want to create some function, if you want to type if statement, for statement, okay, so for this we need Python indentation. Like indentation refers to the spaces at the beginning of a code line, like this here you will see that. So this is nothing but the indentation, means a block of space. So with the help of this, you can easily read the code, okay. Like we are just typing, like we'll just type a if statement here. So this is the if statement, and this is the condition 5 is greater than 2. If this condition true, okay, only then the this cell will print 5 is greater than 2. Otherwise, it just run the code, but we don't get any output. Okay, just run this code. Okay, so here we easily see that 5 is absolutely greater than 2. So we got the output. But if we just use this and run this, so we didn't get any output. Okay. Okay, and if we didn't provide indentation to the Python code, so it will give you a syntax error like this. Okay, because here we, like, after using if statement, we are not saying that. So just for, like, for applying this condition, like it is yes or not, or true or false, we didn't provide any output for printing. Okay, so with the help of indentation, we can able to provide that. Okay, means output, like what to print. Only then this code is working, otherwise not. Okay, and in Python, we need to provide a same number of spaces, okay, in our program, okay, for indentation. So if we run this code, so it will give you, and like here give you a output, because first here you will put a one space, and here as well you will put a multiple spaces. Okay, now here you can see that if you, like, use a indentations for this, so here you can see that here we have different number of spaces, okay, in this code. So because of the different number of cases, that's why it is called as, like, here we got the indentation error. Okay, so in Python we can able to, like, read the error, and then we can able to solve the error, like just put this, like put the same number of spaces and then run this, and uh, directly our error resolve. Okay, now as I already discussed, we can able to type a comment in cell code, cell code cell itself with the help of this question. Okay, so after applying hash sign to this line of code, the Jupyter notebook, like, just indirectly just leave that code and print the next code, next line of code, like this on the code cell, like from above the code, below the code, and after the code. But we are not able to type the comment before the code. Like if we just type a hash sign here, so this is all, this is nothing, this becomes a comment. Okay, so that's why we are just adding a comment above the code, after the code, and below the code. Okay, like this. So what if we want to type multiple line of comment in the code cell itself? Okay, so in that case we are using this you can say that. Okay, so with the help of this we can able to type multiple line of comment in the code cell itself, or we can go with the hash symbol as well. Okay, but at the starting of each line of code in the code cell, we need to type hash symbol before the comment. Okay, and even like if we type an extra code, okay, sometimes, so then with the help of hash sign, okay, instead of deleting that code, okay, or removing that code, we just, or developer just make make that code as a comment with the help of hash sign, okay, like this. And this is the multi-line comment. Okay, so with the help of double quote or single quote, you can able to type a multi-line of comment, but you need to type a three single quote or double quote before and to the like before like at the starting of your comment and at the ending of your comment. Okay, like this. Now from here, this is a very important part. This is nothing but a variables. Okay, so if we see that Python variables, so in Python we are variables are like nothing but to assign a data value, or it is a container for storing data values. Okay, now how to create variables? So in Python, like there is no command for declaring a variable. We just like for creating a variable, we need to assign a particular letter to that value. So indirectly it becomes a variable. Okay, like this. So this is the value as a 5, and we are assigning a x letter to a value 5, and this is nothing but a x variable. Now this become x variable for the value 5. Then we can able to type a word as well, okay, like a John or anything, okay, in the double quote or single quote. So after typing this, we can able to assign a word to a like in a variable like a y variable, and the value of y variable is John word. And with the help of print function, we can able to print the values of that variables like this. Now some of you say some like think that like why I'm using like print, we can able to just go with x and y as well, like those who know something about Python. But in Python, like if we want to you like print the output of variables, okay, so if we type this x and y, so Python just give me a output of the last variable, okay, like this. Okay, so it's just like Python just you can say that delete the variable y and just give me the output of, sorry, delete x and give me the output of y. Okay, like in the same way, if we use this, so the output will be the 5, which is the output of x variable. Okay, or you can go with this way as well. Okay, and if you want a output of single variable, then you can just go ahead with X or Y. Okay, like this. Now let's see the different types of variables in Python. So in Python, we have so many types of variables, or we can say that data types. Okay. So here, first we can see that if we are assigning a integer or a floating point number or a complex number to a variable, then it will show you the type of that variable as an integer, float, or complex. Okay, and if you are assigning a word to a variable, then the type of that variable is the structure, or sorry, it's a string. Okay, so if you assign a single variable name to a different outputs, okay, like here we can see that, so it will give you an output of obviously the last one. Okay, obviously the last one. And with the help of this, you can easily convert your data type of the variable. Like this 3 is nothing but the integer, but we are converting this integer from the data type string. Then this is the floating point, or we can say that float means 3.0. Here we have decimal points. So with the help of int, we can able to convert data type of this variable from float to integer. And this is a integer. This is an integer, but we are converting from integer to float. Okay. If we run this, and the output of this XYZ will be like this. Okay. This is the string value, not an integer. Okay. And for checking the type of variable, we are just typing a same in like English language type. Okay. And in parenthesis, we are providing a variable name. So after running this line of code, it will give you an output as a string, means the type of variable. Okay. Then simply you can just use a print function, and then in print function you can use type function, and then it will show you the type of variables. Okay, like integer. And for creating a string, we are using single quote or double quote. So here if we say that we are just writing a word in name John in the double quotes, okay, and assigning to a x, so it becomes x variable, and data type of this variable is string. After running this, output of this is same as output of this. Okay, okay, both the outputs are same because we are defining string with the help of single quote or double quote. Now Python is a case sensitive programming language, means if we are assigning a value 5 to a variable small a, and again if we are assigning a value 5 to a variable name capital A. So here these two variables are different because Python is a case sensitive programming language. Okay. So here you can see that first we assign this small equal to 4, then capital equal to a string, but capital A will not overwrite A. This is because here we are using small letter and here we are using a capital letter. Okay. If we use a small letter, okay, for this both variable, then we'll get the output, okay, of A as a string value. Then what are the different ways to write variable names? Okay, there are some limitation to write variable names, like we can start variable name with underscore, okay, like this. So this will give me an output. But if you start a variable with number, okay, any number, so it will give us a syntax error because variable name start with underscore a letter. If you see that a variable name must start with a letter or the underscore character. A variable name cannot start with a number. It will definitely give you a syntax error. Then in the variable name, we can only have alphanumeric characters and underscores. Okay. And variable names are case sensitive, like this age is different than this age, as well as this age and this both age are different than this one. Okay, means these three words are different variables. Okay, so what are the different types, okay, for writing variable names? So like here we can see that these are the legal variable names. Okay, we can start with a letter or underscore character, and in the variable name we can add a number as well, but not at the beginning of the variable name, okay, but in between the variable name, okay, not at the beginning. Okay, or if we add some operating characters like plus minus, so it will give you an error. Okay, because Python assign this character, this minus, okay, for like subtraction purpose. Okay. Okay, so that's why it gives us a error, syntax error. Okay, and if we add a variable as a age equal to 6, and if we make changes in the upper cases, like if we change the variable from like age, so it gives me a name error because age is not defined. Okay, so these are the legal variable names. Okay, so like this we have uh, these are the illegal variable names. Okay, it always gives you a syntax error. Okay, this as well as this. Okay, in the variable name, we can't make the spaces. Okay, like we have many more in Python part, but I think we need to go with R because of the time. Okay, so, and you will see that Python is a very interesting language to learn because we can able to read the Python codes. Okay, it is very similar to our English language. Okay, their syntax, Python syntax is very similar to English language. Go to the line, okay, of the code and just use this button for running purpose. Okay, or you can simply just use Control plus Enter like in Jupyter Notebook. Okay, so these are the basic operations we can able to uh, okay, we can do in our studio. Okay, and like printing the numbers like from 1 to 50, you can just use this. Okay, 1 colon and 50. Okay, and you can type a series of number from this as well. Okay, or you can print the numbers in reverse order as well. Okay, like in Python. Okay, here there is a same function which is a print function. Okay, with the help of print function, we can able to print the output of the code, or we can go with the just code as well. Okay, then here for typing the structure, or we can say that words or string values, we can use a double quote or single quote. Okay, like in same in the Python, just use a print function, and in the with the help of double quote, we can just type any sentence in the double quote and then print the output. Then we can simply go with the our string also. Okay, like this. Then we can able to do a multiple calculations. Okay, so now like if you need some help in our studio, like where is data, like how to use data frame and all, so by just with the help of help, and in the parenthesis you can add a data frame, then you will see that uh, it will definitely give you help. Okay, like how you type a code for data frame, for creating a data frame. Actually it is taking time. Okay, so to interrupt the like this running process, we can do this thing, like just click on the stop button here. Okay, our studio will give you a full documentation of data frame. Okay, if you check like if you help take like if you take help from our studio, so here you can see that with the help of this code, then just use this line of code, and then you can able to simply add a data frame. Okay, and here are the different arguments and explanation of the argument. Okay, and in the like in the end, you will see that examples of how to create a data frame. Okay. So for learning purpose, if you are a beginner and you want to like you want to go with data science, you want to make a career in data science. So according to me, you can go with R first. Okay, because it's a very like we can say that student friendly. Okay. Then like with the help of this question mark, we can able to get the help like here. Okay, like how to read CSV files with the help of read.csv function. Okay. So here, if you need to read a table, okay, or CSV or a delimiter means text, okay, so you can able to read multiple files as well, okay, and these are the explanation. And lastly, here you will see that examples how to read different files. Okay, then at some point, if you see that like we need to clear the console, so for clearing the console, just press Ctrl plus L. After pressing Ctrl plus L, okay, you just clear your console. Now in Python, okay, we already saw there are data types are integer, float, string, then sets, dictionary. Okay, like that. In our software, we have vector, list, matrix, array, factor, then data frame. Okay, so if you see, a vector contains elements of same class. Okay, there are six types of these atomic vectors, also known as six classes of vectors. Okay, first is a sorry is a logical, okay, which is a first type of vector, or we can say that first class. Okay, and output of this like logical vector, it could be a true or false. Okay, like if we see that here, this is a vector a1 of, value. So this is a logical vector. Okay, then for printing the output, just use a vector name or just use a print function and vector name. Okay, like now here, if you want to check a type, okay, so like in Python we are just simply using type function, but here we are using a class. Okay, so with the help of class, okay, the output is logical. Okay, means this is a logical vector. Now second is numerical vector or numeric vector. In that we have, okay, numbers, either integer, floating, positive, negative, or a bunch of numbers, okay, like this. So you can, for running this line of code, you can go ahead with this or simply control plus enter. Okay. And if you check the type of vector, which is a numeric one with the help of class function. Then third one is integers. Okay. Yes. Okay. And fourth one is complex. In Python, you can see that for writing a complex number, we are using, okay, there is a like a one letter reservation for writing a complex number, which is nothing but a j letter. Okay, to j. Okay, only in that case you will able to run this line of code. Okay, like this in Python. Okay, but if you type I here, so it will give you a syntax error. Means letter J is reserved for writing complex number in Python. In R, we are using I, okay, to write a complex number. Okay. Then fifth one is character. Okay. And guys, remember, if you writing a multiple values or character or number, complex numbers, anything, so you need to use parenthesis with C. Okay, this one. But in Python, you can just go ahead with simply writing in a square brackets, which is nothing but a list like this. Okay. So there are some changes in Python as well as R code. Okay. So this is the character. We are using a word string in Python, and in R we are using character. Okay, instead of string. Okay. Then raw. So if we use this, okay, and if we print the output, so here you can see that we printed 0 100 times. Okay. Then here you will see that it will give me a error. Okay. But if we use a character to raw, then let's see. Okay. Now here the output is quite big, like 4960 and some blah blah. Okay. And then you can see the class, which is a raw. Guys, these are some basics of R. Okay. Here, like there is a lot. Okay. But when you are dealing with some real life problem of data science, then you will definitely learn a lot. Okay, because you need to start with scratch. Okay, so any questions, guys? Any questions? Before that, let me just give you a feedback form. Just fill this feedback form